Happy New Year and welcome to Let's Dig In Season 2, Episode 5. I want to say first, for those of you that are disrespecting people on social media, not respecting people's way of thinking, you will not, I repeat, you will not be invited to any of our barbecues in the near future. Let's respect each other. I don't care if you worship a head of lettuce. If you're my neighbor, I'm still going to love you. Now that we got that out of the way, welcome. We have some great dishes coming your way in the near future. And George, what we got going on today, buddy?
Today we're gonna go to the Mediterranean cuisine. This is, it sounds exotic.
It is exotic. It is very exotic.
But it's simple food that you could just go to your local grocery stores and pick up all our ingredients that we have, which we're gonna show you in a minute, okay?
Absolutely.
You can enjoy it.
All right, Let's Dig In Miami, Season 2, Episode 5. Let's do our thing.
Follow us.
An amazing Mediterranean appetizer today. Today we're gonna make hummus from scratch. Now what you wanna do is you wanna grab a bag of garbanzos, right? Put them in cool water, soak them overnight, and then you boil them with salt and olive oil until they're tender. And then George is gonna tell you exactly what to do after that.
Once you know they're done is you could actually pick up the pea and squeeze it with your hands and they will fall apart in your hands. And these are the ingredients we're gonna have today. We're gonna use paprika, we're gonna use salt,
Himalayan.
We're gonna use garlic, lemon, and this is gonna be for what do you call it?
Garnish, parsley.
Garnish.
And some flax seeds that I didn't know hummus, the ingredients was flax
We
seeds.
put it on top. It makes it look nice. Okay, you guys are gonna love it. And by the way, super simple, super simple. Boil it, put this in there, and you're done.
And everyone has a blender, right?
If you don't have a blender, call me up and I'll lend you mine.
Me too.
Okay?
His blender's nicer than mine, but we're not gonna get into that.
I got the ninja. Ha!
A little corny.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got? What we gonna do here, George?
That's it. Let me get started real quick. Okay?
Boom, little TV magic. Bop. So remember, folks, you gotta soak these bad boys overnight in cool water in the fridge.
And like I said, let's see, they just fall apart. When you squeeze them, they just fall apart. So, and that's it. Okay? So now what I'm gonna do is put some olive oil. Be a little generous with the olive oil.
That's about how many?
Couple teaspoons.
Couple of teaspoons.
Yeah.
Like 8 teaspoons of olive oil.
A little paprika. It's gonna give it some color.
Tablespoon of paprika. Actually, that's a tablespoon and a half of paprika.
Now we're gonna cut a lemon.
Un limon. Just one, huh?
Yeah. Some of these have seeds, so we have to take them out. You know, let me use my small knife to make sure there's no seeds in here.
Now remember, you could buy hummus. It's not gonna taste the same. This is a great experience. You tell your guests, your family, I made hummus from scratch, and it's a different vibe just by making stuff from scratch. And it's healthy. There's no preservatives. It's all fresh. We're going organic, people, because we want to stay alive and we want to build our immune system, which a lot of people aren't telling you this, but we ain't gonna get into that either. That was my introduction. Don't get me mad, Doug. Don't get me mad. All right, what we got here? So you're cutting the...
Yeah, taking the seeds off, some of the seeds off. But
cool. Look at that. His kitchen Leatherman.
has a little bit of everything.
What
back in
Doug
the...
said. Bro, this is crazy. Never seen that before. Where did you get that from?
Actually, it was given to me by my niece.
Really?
Yeah.
This is no joke. Like I'm telling, look, I gotta get me one of those. This is freaking cool, bro.
So there's some seeds here. That's why I'm using my little funnel, whatever that's called. So like that, the seeds doesn't go in there, and we don't have to blend the seeds. Okay.
How long you had that little conspicuous
last year?
Last year? Sure wasn't from the '80s, buddy. With that shit?
So we got that. We got the paprika. What we need now is the garlic. So we're gonna put 2 cloves of garlic.
Now, George told me one time, and he said, Louie, don't ever buy minced garlic in a jar.
No.
Why is that, George?
There's no flavor.
There's no flavor. And
I
it
don't know,
alters the flavor.
Yeah, I don't know what they put into it. That they
Preservatives, man.
So it doesn't taste like garlic. It tastes like I don't know what.
Since then, I've stopped buying minced garlic.
Come on, look how fast it takes to cut up garlic.
And garlic lasts forever, people. Garlic you could have for like a month, and you still could use it. So invest in regular garlic.
I'm gonna throw in a little bit of salt, but the salt, if you need more salt, it's up to taste. I'm not a salty guy. I don't like to use too much salt, but if you need, if you want to put more salt, we'll put in more salt later on, okay?
It's like a half a tablespoon of salt?
Yeah.
Half a tablespoon of salt. Himalayan, you can use kosher salt, you could use sea salt.
Whatever salt you want.
Whatever salt you want.
Ready for the noise?
Okay guys, George's hummus is just getting refrigerated. We're gonna take it out so get a little thick, grab a little body, ready to serve. We're gonna pull it out. Right now we're gonna focus on the rice. Now, my parents, I'm from the Dominican Republic and we call it moro. Cubans call it congri. And it's basically just rice and beans mixed together. So what I usually do is I mix the beans in first. I put a little olive oil to get the flavor, kind of like a live sofrito, if I may. So I put a little oil there, make sure I cover the pan, right? I let that go, heat up. And then what I wanna do is I wanna clean your rice. We clean meats and we clean your rice. Make sure there's nothing, going on. The more organic, the more pebbles it has. You wanna basically just soak it, very low water, right? Make sure you cover it, move it around, and just, get all the extra starch out. Do it one by one. Not one by one, do it, intensively, right? Gonna do this a couple of more times, and then you have your rice ready to go, okay? Make sure you move it around. And traditionally we do the moro with regular rice, but we like doing fusion food, so we're doing it with jasmine rice. So we're gonna cook up the beans. We're doing black beans today. Just a little focus there on the black beans. And I'm gonna start off with the garlic. All right, remember we have extra virgin olive oil, which can't really resist heat that much, so we have to put a steppin on the peppin, or reppin on the steppin. What is it, George? Minced garlic, George cut for me earlier. Fresh, remember guys. Sizzling right there. Bring the heat up just a little bit, right? Have garlic going. I have tomato paste. If you don't have tomato paste, I usually do beans with ketchup, believe it or not. Call it what it is, I understand, but it still tastes a great thing. No tomato paste, use ketchup. That's on the next episode, or maybe the one after that. So basically I'm doing like a freestyle sofrito. And this is one of the secrets. I have Italian seasoning with onion bits. So onion bits, you can grab it anywhere, local store, mix that in. And this is what's gonna make it pop. Sprinkle that all around. And I'm gonna stir this with a plastic spoon. There's a lot of chefs I see out there that, if they have such a fine type of pot here, you're gonna use a plastic spoon because you don't want to scratch out the top, So make sure you use a plastic spoon if you have porcelain items like these. All right, so I'm gonna move that around, right? This is a sofrito for my beans. Remember, we're doing a moro, which is rice and peas, rice and beans kind of concepts. Which, this is a little secret that I learned in my early 20s, how to cook rice without a rice cooker. If you have 1 cup of rice, use 2 cups of waters. All right, you're gonna heat it up, let it boil, and then you put a cover on top for like 12 minutes and boom. There's no sticky rice, grain by rain, really good rice. Ex-girlfriend told me that, she was Puerto Rican. All right, so I got the sofrito going, right? Boom, I'm gonna throw in the beans. Let that marinate. Move that around. As George says, you hear that sizzle? Boom. Right now you're seasoning your beans, are gonna taste delicious. If you're a vegetarian, this is a perfect way to make beans. Black beans. Move that around. Right? Let's give it another minute so it can boil with the tomato paste, the garlic, the onion bits, the Italian seasoning, and of course, some salt. Use any salt you want at your taste. Don't go crazy, George. Don't tell us, brother. Right here. Thank you, sir. Badao. Badao. Oof, Himalayan, papi. And mommy's out there. We'll move that around. All right? We're very cautious of our salt and the stuff we put in our bodies. As you see, we're all, professional bodybuilders. Yeah. All right, boo, I'm gonna lower the flame, okay? I'm gonna lower the flame and I'm gonna put the rice. So remember what I told you guys, 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of rice, 2 cups of water. Putting in the rice, jasmine rice.
That smells delicious, bro.
Thank you.
That smells delicious.
Thank you. All right, guys, so what I did was I did the equivalent of this bowl of rice. So what I'm putting in is 2 cups of the same bowl. Now this is the measurement that I need to make perfect rice. Now there's 1 cup, right? Or bowl. Here we go, we're going with the second. Now pay attention to these next instructions because this really determines if you mess up your rice or make it good. What you're gonna do right now, right? You're gonna stir this up 1 time and then you're not touching it. Make sure all the beans and the rice are all evenly spread out so you don't have like a glump of beans or rice anywhere. So you see how I'm doing that? I'm doing that once. All right? We're gonna let this bad boy, ba-bam, boil up until all the water is gone. You gotta pay close attention, beer nearby. I don't know, it takes about 7 minutes, 8 minutes. Put a timer on, bring the heat up a little bit. And we're gonna take a break. I'm gonna show you when the water is evaporating and then how you cover it for like 8 minutes. And you're gonna have some banging rice. All right, guys, we got the rice still boiling in the background, and we're gonna work on the Persian kabobs. Now, I've been following a lot of people on Instagram, and I'm loving the Mediterranean food. And this is basically what we're gonna do here if we had to do Persian kabobs. Now, the ingredients that they usually use, what I've seen is onions and salt. Now, I've seen some people from Iran, they put all their spices. We're gonna put our little kick into it. We made a little Cajun spice right here that we're gonna add on with onion bits, and George put some paprika and salt and other things that we'll explain later. And we're gonna put it all into our mix. Now, these kebabs are amazing because they're made out of ground beef, the regular ones. A lot of them use lamb. I couldn't get lamb, but I got the ground beef. And you have to do a ratio of about 70 to 60 to 40% fat. That's the best way to get the texture, what I've been reading and watching on YouTube. So what they want to do is you want to cut some onions really fine. You can do them finer than this, but we like texture in our food. So George, the magnificent George, take a little focus on George right there. This guy hooked it up with the chopping skills that I lack of. And you want to take the juice. We're going to take the juice out of the onion. So got a little here cheesecloth, right? It's probably left over from the episode that we did the ribeye, right? The aged ribeye, George?
Yep.
So you want to put everything here, all the onions. You got to squeeze the juice out of it because, or else the meat will be a little flimsy. So I do the terry cloth like this. I wrap it up a little bit, and I start twisting and twisting, and I'm getting all the juice out of the onion. All right, it's a little sloppy, a little bit neater. I should have folded up twice. Hold up, let's do that again. But anyway, you guys get the idea of it. Take the juice out, right? I'm squeezing the juice out of the onion. And then we're gonna put it right into our ground beef. All right, very important we do this. They all say it. And we go by the main source. We're gonna put, just put the onions inside the ground beef, and we're gonna put our Cajun seasoning, which you have here. And I'm gonna dump it all in. And they mainly said like use your hands. I want to smell like Cajun seasoning when I, leave this place. So I'm just gonna basically make sure I have all the meat here. Make sure everything's all in there. So this is gonna take a couple of minutes with some Hollywood Miami Vice magic. Okay, folks, now that the rice, all the water has evaporated, you want to lower the flame to the lowest you could put it, and you want to cover this for about 8 to 10 minutes. After you cover for 8 to 10 minutes, push it away from the hot furnace. Well, you know what I mean, and let it sit until ready to serve. That's it. That's simple. Let's dig in Miami. All right, folks, we're gonna build our Persian kebabs, and we're gonna do it in a way that we're not experts. So, you know, I was trying to do it a different way, but this is the easiest way that we could do it. So you wanna grab your meat, but before you grab your meat, you wanna kind of have your hand submerged in water. And this is how you're gonna mold the meat. You're gonna grab a big chunk and kind of hand size. You're gonna do an oval shape kind of sausage, right? See the consistency? And you're gonna place your meat here to start from the bottom, and we'll work our way up. Wanna put it towards the middle, kind of squeezing everything in the middle. Make sure it's balanced. Grab another piece to fill this piece up. Again with the water, soak it. Very important because it kind of like molds it like clay. So we have the next oval shaped sausage that we're gonna build. That's gonna cover the rest of the sword. Right? Place it right here. Now, once we have this, we're gonna put it down here. And you know the experts, they do this whole ring thing, but it takes years to do that, as we did with cut 2. And we're gonna flatten it out just like this. It could be consistent. And if it's too fat, it's not gonna cook right or, you know, even with everything else. So we're gonna flatten these bad boys like this, bring it back down, flatten it again. Right? Bring it back down here.
That looks beautiful, bro.
Doesn't it? And George thought of this idea. It was best to do it like this. Easier for us and easier for you at home. Now the Persian kebab is ready. Let's do a few more and we can go onto the grill. Okay, people, now that we have our kebabs built, we're gonna go to George's Argentinian grill. And we're gonna cook these bad boys. Y'all ready? Let's go. All right, folks, we're here. We're gonna grill our kebabs until they're done. Now, this is a little fancy. You can have a regular charcoal grill. Make sure that you know it's not that hot because you're gonna have to flip them over. And that's it, nothing to it. Here we go. You hear that sizzle, like George would say? Look at that. Don't turn them too much. Give them about like 3.5 minutes on each side and then you turn them.
All right, guys, I'm gonna plate the hummus right now. It's been chilling in the refrigerator. Remember, I had that soak for like 24 hours. I think it's gonna be too cold, so I'm gonna have to spin it a little bit, okay? So we're ready for our hummus. I personally like it. Some people like it more creamier, but I like it like this. Okay? Now we're gonna put a little bit of olive oil. Where did Louie put my olive oil? Why you hide my stuff, Louie?
So I'm gonna steal it at the end.
Little olive oil. And little seeds. I don't care what anybody says. That looks delicious. And if you want a little bit of paprika on top for more color, more flavors, you could add it. No big deal. And there you go, guys. Hummus, fresh, homemade by Let's Dig In Miami. All right, guys, we're ready to dig in. I got Louie's famous rice here. I got my hummus. I got my little tomato. So I'm gonna start with my little tomato here. A couple little slices of tomato. And I got my kebab. They came out delicious. Okay, so what I'm gonna do right now is, with the hummus, I'm just gonna put a little on the side right next to the tomato. I tasted the hummus a little while ago. It's off the chain. Delicious, delicious, delicious. So now we're gonna do this little sprit. Put this on top of there. And let's dig in.
Bam! We're all excited here. I know Doug's excited. Happy New Year, guys. This is season 2, episode 5. We hope you enjoyed this episode. We're coming at you. Hopefully once a month we'll be doing one of these guys. And hey, let's dig in. George.
By the way, our tomato was the bomb.
Every shot. It was in
Every shot. This tomato was in every shot.
Beautiful tomato. Organic too.
That looks beautiful. It's one of our best plates, I think. I don't know.
I think so.
God bless people. Enjoy. Life is good. 21 is gonna be the bomb.
Absolutely. Be positive.
21 is gonna be the bomb. It's gonna be
Positive.
great.
No hatred. Respect everyone's opinion.
Yeah, forget about it.
Let's dig in. Boom boom.
A comer.
Ba-da-da-da-da. Woo! Boom boom.